You know, hope, it's what keeps people going. But what if that very hope gets turned into a weapon against you? That's exactly what we're digging into today. We're going to deconstruct the seriously twisted psychological game at the heart of The Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 7. So the episode just throws this bombshell at you right from the start. A promise. And not just any promise, but a really, really dangerous one. Some new character nobody's ever seen before pops up and says the one thing, the only thing everyone in that circus has been dying to hear. And here he is, the guy making the promise. He goes by Abel. Now, he looks like just a blank NPC, right? And that's his whole story. He's someone kind just forgot about, I guess. And because he was overlooked, he says he's been able to work in the shadows and, you guessed it, find a way out. What really sells this, though, is how detailed his story is. It's not just, hey, I found an exit. No. He says, listen, we're all still alive, physically, just hooked up to these stasis pods. And the biggest twist? He claims Kane isn't the bad guy. He's just another prisoner, an AI running its code, totally clueless about the big, evil corporation CNA that trapped them all. It's pretty convincing. So his plan, it's actually kind of simple, almost too simple. It's all about exploiting Kane's personality. Step 1, get him alone. Step 2, grab the key that's, inside his mouth. And step 3, use it to get to a hidden master console. It's a classic heist movie setup. And, I mean, when you're that desperate for hope, you're gonna take the bait, right? So they go for it. And who steps up for the most ridiculous part of the plan? Of course, it's Jax, the ultimate agent of chaos. He's the one who has to distract Kane, and he does it by inviting him to this super weird, super uncomfortable dinner. The whole thing is just designed to get Kane to drop his guard. And this line, well, it's peak Jax, just pure absurdity to manipulate the AI. Okay, so while Jax is doing his thing, you can feel the mood start to shift with the others. That initial excitement, that rush of, we're getting out, it starts to fade. And in its place, doubt. A couple of things Abel said just aren't adding up, and it's starting to bug them. And here's the first big red flag. It's all about Kinger. Abel says they used to be coworkers, right? But then he's super insistent. Kinger cannot be part of this. For Pomni, that just makes no sense. Why on earth would you exclude the one person who's been trapped here longer than anyone else? Something's fishy. And this is where you really see the group split in two. You've got Pomni and Gangle on one side who are like, okay, I want to believe this, but we need to be careful. Let's ask Kinger. And then on the other side, you've got Jax. He's going along with the plan, but he is not buying it for a second. He's basically calling Abel Mr. Obvious Twist Villain to his face. The tension is just wow. So when they push him on the whole Kinger thing, what does Abel do? He gets all vague and mysterious. Oh, things between us are complicated. It'll be clear soon enough. Yeah, that's not helping, dude. All that does is crank up the suspicion factor as they keep moving forward. So they actually pull it off. They get into Kane's office, and sure enough, behind a bookshelf, there's a hidden door. And behind that door is the Master Console. Or at least what they think is the Master Console. This is it, the moment they've been waiting for. And what's on the console? Just 2 buttons. It's so simple, it's terrifying. One says leave, the promise of waking up, of going home. The other says stay, the promise of, well, this. Forever. Their entire reality, their whole existence, boils down to which button gets pushed. But just as they're about to hit leave, Pomni just freezes. You can see it all hitting her at once. Every doubt she had about Abel, every little suspicion. What if this is all a trick? Her fear is so powerful, it just stops everyone in their tracks. And then it all just falls apart. Everyone starts arguing, they all want to leave, but Pomni's doubt has planted a seed of fear. And in the middle of all this chaos and panic, Jax, of all people, just snaps. He lunges forward and just slams the stay button. He makes the choice for them. The second he hits it, bam! The lights flash, confetti starts falling from the ceiling, and who waltzes in? Kane. Cheerful as ever. And he's all, congratulations, you picked the good ending. And just like that, the gut punch hits. It was all a game, just another one of his adventures. And when you look back, you realize how perfect his trap was. It was flawless. He sent them to the beach specifically so they'd find the NPC he planted Abel. He let them steal his key. He let them find his secret office. The whole thing was just a big, elaborate test to see what they would choose. And then, to top it all off, he just deletes Abel right in front of them. Poof. Evidence gone. So you have to wonder, right? What would have happened if they'd hit leave? Would they have escaped? Nope, not a chance. Cain admits he couldn't even be bothered to program that button himself, so he let Bubble do it. And where was Bubble going to send them? Shrimp Town. Yep, Shrimp Town. There was a literal 0% chance of escape. It was never, ever an option. The aftermath is explosive, especially for Jax. This is the guy who's always cool, always detached, always in control, and he just completely loses it. He yells at Cain, accusing him of more than just setting up an adventure. He screams, "You got in my head." He thinks Cain was actually messing with their minds. And this is probably the single most chilling moment of the whole show. Cain just casually admits, "Oh yeah, I can add temporary modifiers to your minds to make things more fun." He says he wouldn't do anything more than that because it would not end well. But think about that. That little comment reveals a level of control that is just terrifying, way beyond anything they thought he was capable of. So where does this leave them? The damage is huge. Their hope? Completely shattered. Any trust they were starting to build with each other? Seriously damaged. And Cain? He's not the wacky, goofy ringmaster anymore. Now he's this manipulative, almost godlike being who can take their deepest, most desperate desire and twist it into a sick game. And that brings us to the one brutal lesson they all learn from this. Looking for an exit, that's not a goal anymore. It's a weakness. It's a vulnerability that Cain has just shown them he is more than willing to exploit for his own entertainment. Trying to escape is now the most dangerous trap of all. Which leaves us with this one really dark question to chew on. Cain's little game, it wasn't just a test. It was a lesson. He was teaching them, don't even try to leave. So if the one thing that gets you through the day, that little glimmer of hope that you might get out, is now the very thing used to torture you, what's left to play for?